And welcome to Planet 412. I am your host, Matt Emsch. And you know what? I'm not going to make them wait at all. There's no reason to. Without further ado, everybody, I want to bring in our guest host for tonight. And everyone should know by now who that is. Taz, my friend. It is awesome seeing you back on the 412.
Hey guys,
How
it's
are
an
you?
honor to be here. It's just an honor. I'm great. I'm great. I've been very, very busy. Holidays have come and gone, and we um, here on our neck of the woods have just jumped into 2026 with both feet. Man,
Love
we've been
it.
doing a lot of work around the farm and around the community, and it's just been awesome.
Well, I'm
So, but I am glad to be back, man. So glad to be here.
We are glad, and I am honored. And hello to everybody in the chat, to my mods, BJ, Josie, and Kel. I saw Karen in there. Carol, how are you? Um, Quicksilver, P. Gene, how are you, P. Gene? Owl 13. Let's see who else is in there. I know they're filing
Well,
in here.
I don't know if
Oh,
you lost me, but you lost. Uh, I lost you there for a minute, Matt.
you guys got me still?
Are you there?
I
Oh,
can
I
hear
can't hear
you,
you, buddy.
Taz. Guys, do you hear me? I better refresh.
Hello.
Guys, do you hear me?
I can.
I better refresh.
Hello.
Guys, do you hear me?
I can.
I better refresh. They were saying they could hear me. Can you hear me now, bud?
There you are. There you are, buddy.
I refreshed it. Other people said they could hear me, so um,
I don't know what
you might
happened.
have to
So
refresh
you
here.
went away and then you came back.
Yeah, I
No worries.
permanently
Maybe it
refreshed.
was my fault. Yay. Can you hear me okay?
I can, sir. Yes, everybody. Can you guys get? They said you are lagging, Taz.
Hmm.
I would just refresh, is what I would
Well,
do.
I'll be
Yes,
back.
sir.
I'll be back.
And that is a part, as everybody knows, of YouTube. Unfortunately, Tim Houston, how are you, sir? I also saw T. Lee, D3F, a new name in here. Welcome. How are you doing, sir? It's always a pleasure to get, I guess, BJ, gremlins. Knock on my wooden desk. That does not happen to me tonight, but it usually gets me some way. Some way. How's it down under, Mr. Houston? Hey, Josie, thank you, sweetheart. I greatly appreciate that. She is awesome. Thanks, Joe. I have my nicknames that I have for my wolf pack, and I call Josie. She is sometimes Joe to me, J-O, but I got that idea for that name from my good friend Joe Stone, who is in one of the interviews here on Planet 412. In fact, she was here. Hey, my friend, let me add you to the scene. Can you hear us? Me?
Hello. Hello. Is that better?
Yes, sir. I gotcha. Is he lagging still,
Awesome.
guys? But we will get
Hello.
started here.
Test. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4.
I got you, sir. Um, do you guys hear him? Hey, Professor Watt. Good to see you. El
Hey,
Martino.
Professor.
So you can't imagine, Taz, how many times over the weeks that we have had videos pop up that well, besides I have my voice again, thank God. But we've had videos pop up so many times that I myself have said, along with other people in the chat, man, I wish Taz was here. He would have a very good opinion on it, because we hit some of those questions on some videos that, I mean, you are tailor made to give a professional opinion on. So we are going to start And so let me pull up some of our videos that have been sent to us. And I'm looking forward to tonight. Let's see here.
I am ready. I've been looking forward to this for some time. I've been working too dang hard. I needed to have some fun with my brother.
You have been working very hard. I let everybody know that, you've had a lot going on. But when you were ready, you would be here. So let's see. This is from one of our good friends, Kat. She has been sending stuff in for a while here. Let me come back and share this with you guys. Because, I'm a loving person. I like to share with everyone.
I'm going to try something, see if I can boost my signal real quick. Hold on.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, while we're waiting for
If that
him,
makes any difference.
Pause it real quick. Put the sound on.
All right. I'm ready when you are.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
This footage coming out of Alabama. This TikToker has multiple camera angles of this thing peeking in her windows and running around her rural land in Alabama. She got a notification that there was movement on her property, and when she went back and watched the footage, there was a lot of it. And in this video, this thing is actually looking through her window into her living room, and then it runs away. Pay close attention to this screen right up here. You'll see it running through the tree line behind her vehicles. There's actually more footage of it walking through the woods next to her house. And right here, it's next to a deer feeder, I believe. It comes crawling out of the woods and stands up with the deer feeder. I've been seeing more and more videos of these things. And it's not just one camera shot, it's multiple of whatever these things are running around on people's properties. Like they're getting more and more used to human beings. It makes you wonder, what are they doing? What do they want? And what exactly are these things? If you want to watch the full video, you can go check it out on our page. Let me know what you think about this.
Well, I mean, I've got a lot to say, but after you, sir.
Yeah. I mean, my gut instinct is, some sort of shapeshifter. And it looks like it has a little bit of a. I want to watch it again because I feel like, does it have a little AI vibe or not?
Yeah. All right, so let's start her again and quiet her up. So, I am first and foremost. The majority of what I've seen looks like a naked human to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, it does look but a very skinny, naked human.
Yeah, the last scene we had frozen there, it looks strange.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a naked human, that is one anorexic human.
I mean, really skinny. Do you think the strange shapes and things going on here at the end is just, things from being far away from the camera? Could be camera glitch, or as you said,
No,
possibly
I'm going to say this. No, I'm going to say this is either AI or some sort of shifting thing.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's real, but I'm saying it's got to be one or the other.
Right. Guys, what do you think? What do you see? You guys think it's human? Do you guys think this might be a legit video here? And in the process of people checking that out, we will.
Yeah, it's a little creepy, for sure. It's if I saw that somebody like that running around my property, I wouldn't be showing it on the internet. I'd be showing it to the cops and making sure my guns are loaded.
Now, what would you do, like, if that thing was coming close to your house? I mean, would you shoot?
No, I'd yell at it and see what it did. You know, I go out
I
on my
mean,
front
obviously,
porch.
you'd have to have a series of events in between seeing it, and if you were going to pull the
Right,
trigger for that.
right. I mean, it could be a very skinny, confused individual who's strung out on drugs. That's not
Right.
somebody I want to shoot a gun at, you know. But if I saw someone or something like that, you know, first thing I do is say, "Hey, what the hell are
Right.
you doing?"
Right.
You know, I got a
So,
gun here. What's going on? Identify
right.
yourself.
Well, I think for the most part, we were not even on the fence. I think it was just a little more was leaning towards something strange, paranormal, high
Right.
strangeness going on, something not normal. So we'll move on to the next video from Kat. We have Mr. Ballin here.
All these people are tuned in, watching this news report live in front of this forest. And something really unsettling happened on this broadcast. A 19-year-old college student named Mako Hiroa bagged up the last bit of trash inside of the ice cream parlor where she worked, and then she flipped off the lights and then began walking towards the exit of the mall, which is where this parlor was located. Mako went to school in a city called Hamada City, which is located on the coast of Japan in an area called the Shimane Prefecture. And so Mako eventually reached the exit of this mall, and then she had a decision she needed to make. And she needed to make this decision every night after work. There were two ways that she could get back to her dorm, which was located about a mile away. The quick way would be to just hop on a bus and have the bus take her to her dorm, but that cost money. And the other option, which was free, was much longer and frankly just plain spooky. And Mako hated it, but it would mean walking for about a third of a mile through this really spooky forest. She just thought about, it's just a few minutes walking through a forest. I've done dozens of times. And so Mako turned and began walking towards the forest. The following day, a little past 4 p.m., the owner of the ice cream shop where Mako worked was standing inside the parlor feeling really annoyed because Mako had not shown up for her shift, and now the owner was stuck at the counter serving all the customers, basically doing Miyako's job. But when 5 p.m. came and still Mako had not shown up, the owner went from being annoyed to being somewhat worried. And when he spoke to Miyako's mother, he knew right away there was something wrong because Miyako's mother actually was pretty panicked, and she said, "You know what? Last night when Mako was coming home from work, she told me she would call me when she got to her dorm, but I never heard from her, and I haven't been able to get in touch with her since." And so after this conversation ended, Miyako's mother would call the police and report her daughter missing. And pretty much instantly, the police in Hamada City responded in force. I mean, they launched a huge investigation to go figure out what happened to Mako. And really the reason behind that is because Hamada City is this unbelievable place, this secluded, safe place where things like this did not happen. And frankly, it scared everybody, and they wanted to deal with it as quickly as possible. And so what police did at first is they went and looked at security footage from the ice cream parlor where they knew she had been working on the night she went missing. And sure enough, at about 9:16 p.m., there's footage of her walking out of the ice cream parlor in the mall. She's got a purse over her shoulder, and she shuts and locks the door, she throws the trash away, and then she heads towards the exit. But after that, nobody saw her. She just vanished once she left the mall. They really had no idea what happened to Mako. 11 days after Mako went missing, a man who was hunting for mushrooms up on this mountainside about 15 miles away from the ice cream parlor believed he spotted this beautiful mushroom sitting underneath a few fallen leaves. And so excited, the guy runs over and he begins moving away the leaves to grab this big meaty mushroom. But as soon as he grabbed the skin of this mushroom and began to pull, he stopped. And then he quickly turned and began sprinting back down the path that had brought him up here. And as he was running, he pulled his phone out and he saw he had no service, and he just kept on running and holding the phone up looking for service. And then finally, when he was about halfway down the mountain, he saw he had service in his phone and he called the police. And the second the dispatcher answered, this man began screaming, "I found a human head." When police arrived on that mountainside where this man claimed to have found a human head, well, they confirmed he was right. They found Miyako's severed head right underneath those leaves. And the reason this guy thought her head was a mushroom, because it was obvious that Miyako's face had been so badly beaten and it was all black and blue before she lost her head. And so this mushroom hunter had literally thought that was a big, big mushroom. And so at this point, the Hamada City police shifted their area of search from around the mall and the ice cream parlor where they thought they would find Miyako to this forested mountain area where her head was found. And now, of course, it was no longer a search and rescue. It was a recovery mission. They're just looking for the rest of Miyako's body. And over the next couple of days, as police searched this forested mountainside, they would find different parts of Miyako all over the place. And then after they had found, all the pieces to Miyako, the running theory based on what they were seeing is that very likely she had been strangled to death, and then her body was burned, and then she was dismembered and scattered throughout this forested mountain area. But there was very little evidence about who had actually done this to Miyako. Miyako had no enemies to speak of, and also because Miyako's body had been destroyed and left out for so long, any trace evidence left behind by her killer or killers was basically non-existent. And so the police really had no leads to speak of. They had no suspects or anything. And so they called in psychologists to try to make, a profile of who they thought might have done this. And the best theory anyone could come up with was that this had been a random crime of opportunity, that the person who killed her didn't know her, and that likely her killer was a man who was likely between the ages of 20 and 40. But even that information really didn't narrow anything down, and so quickly this case began to go cold. But as the police investigation itself began to go cold, the kind of lore around this story was only growing. I mean, this really seemed like a totally unbelievable case considering where it happened. How could this happen here? And so what started as being kind of a local news story, albeit a big local news story, became a major national story all over Japan. And so all these TV outlets and journalists were
Hey guys, so first and foremost, I just want to ask, do you guys want me to keep this rolling, or do you want me to cut this and go to another one? Because I see
here's the big thing on this. If Ballin gets into the supernatural, I'm all about it. But if it's just another gruesome murder, I say we move on.
Right. It says they heard a ghost through the television at the bottom. That's the only reason I was saying, should we wait?
Let's give it a couple more minutes and see if it gets paranormal.
Okay.
Descending on Hamada City, and they were taking video of the ice cream parlor and of the police department and filming, Miyako's dorm and her school and her parents' house. I mean, there were people all over the place trying to get any bit of information to report on about this case. And despite there being dozens and dozens of these live reports basically every day coming out of Hamada City about this case and about Miyako, there was one particular news report that took this case from being, totally unfortunate and sad and tragic and horrible to completely unbelievable and bizarre. Shortly after Miyako's remains had basically all been found, but they were still doing some recovery operations up on that mountainside, one of these kind of random TV reporters who was in Hamada City to report on this crazy case decided to set up their TV camera so it was pointing towards the dark entrance of that spooky forest that Miyako would walk through to get back to her dorm. And so this TV news reporter's got their microphone and, they're standing with the forest entrance right behind them, and the cameraman's filming, looking towards this opening of the forest, and the actual report was pretty generic. I mean, this reporter was basically saying, well, coming at you live from Hamada City, just outside of the forest where perhaps Miyako was killed. It was just kind of talking about the case, and there was nothing to it. At least not to the TV reporter and the cameraman who were on site. But they streamed it live. So while they were doing it, all these people are tuned in watching this news report live in front of this forest. And something really unsettling happened on this broadcast. While that news reporter was talking, another voice began to be heard by people watching this broadcast. And it was not the cameraman, and it was certainly not the TV journalist. It was a woman's voice. And there was no woman anywhere near the shot, and after the fact, the journalist and the cameraman would also attest that there was nobody around, it was just them. But this detached, very pained voice said very clearly, and all these people heard it live, "This is very painful. Why only me?"
広島県北広島町の我流山の林道の入り口です。今日の捜索は午後5時で終了し、私の後ろに張られていた規制線も現在は解かれています。
After this news report happened, this story, this case about Miyako, went from being just a Japanese story to being like an international sensation, because everybody believed when they saw this video that that voice that was heard was Miyako's ghost, basically talking on camera. That's why you can't see her. It's her spirit communicating with the living world. However, despite that drawing even more attention to this case, it didn't remotely help the police actually solve the case. And that's how this case would stay for years, just totally stalled. That is, until 7 years later, when a police officer was conducting a routine police review. And so this police officer is looking through all these case files, and when they landed on the Mako case, they did discover a piece of evidence that had been totally overlooked. It was the file of a convicted sex offender named Yoshiharu Yano. Yoshiharu was a 33-year-old man who had served time in prison for assaults on 3 different women in Tokyo, which is 500 miles away from Yamata City, where Miyako was killed. And because of that 500-mile gap between Tokyo and Yamata City, Yoshiharu had been completely overlooked in terms of being a suspect in Miyako's murder. But the police officer who was doing that routine review, they discovered that right before Miyako was murdered, this Yoshiharu guy had been let out of prison and decided to live in Hamada City. And on the night Miyako was killed, when she decided to walk into that forest, well, they found security footage of Yoshiharu's car driving along around that forest and up near that mountain where Miyako's remains were all discovered. And so this investigator who discovered this piece of information got permission from higher-ups to search Yoshiharu's home where he was living right then. And when they searched his home, they discovered a digital camera with 40 photos on it that would explain what happened to Miyako. It was very clear Yoshiharu had murdered Miyako because some of the pictures contain photos of Miyako, and they are just horrible. But figuring out who Miyako's killer was not the end of this case. In fact, it wasn't even the most shocking part of this case. The most shocking part of this case is what happened to Miyako's killer, Yoshiharu, basically right after she was murdered, and that voice, that detached female voice, was heard on that TV news report. 7 years earlier, right around the time that Miyako's head had been found, and also after that voice had been heard on the TV newscast, some people who were driving in a car north of Hamada City began calling the police to report something very strange. They called the police and said, there is this small white Toyota Corolla car that has 2 people inside of it, and they've driven to the side of the road, and the driver is ramming over and over again against the railing. Like they're smashing into the railing, backing up, smashing over and over again, like the car is somehow in control. They don't understand how these people are not getting out of the car. Like, what are they doing? Traffic had stopped on either side. It was just totally nonsensical. And then by the time the police showed up, this car that was just repeatedly driving into the side of this guardrail, it burst into flames with the 2 people inside still clearly alive and looking terrified, and they caught on fire and died. Now, at the time, this did make the news. It looked very much like some sort of weird murder-suicide, but it didn't really amount to more than just a really weird news story because there was no connection to the Miyako case. This is like a totally isolated thing. However, 7 years later, when that police officer discovered the link, suddenly that totally weird murder-suicide took on a whole new meaning because the driver of that car was Yoshiharu and the passenger was his mother. And again, from eyewitness testimony, it didn't really make sense the way this all happened. It was almost like the car was possessed or something, that, the passengers couldn't control it. Now, who knows if that's true, but when you combine it with the sound of that female voice on the TV news camera that everybody assumed was Miyako's ghost saying, "This is so painful, why only me?" Suddenly those words took on a new meaning. People thought, you know what it is? Miyako's ghost must have taken control of that car and made sure not only Yoshiharu suffered and died, but his family member died as well, that she was seeking her revenge on her killer.
How about that one? All right, let me pause this. And thank you to Mr. Bowen on storytelling for us utilizing his story. So, Taz, what do you think, sir? Let me come back here and get our faces up here on the screen. And I think somebody just...
I mean, at the end of the day, man, that's bonkers. I got no problem believing it.
I agree. It seemed real to me.
Bottom line is, there's no way that it's a coincidence that that young woman was murdered by that guy.
Right.
He's got a history of being bad news, and then suddenly someone sees that vehicle smashing into the wall again and again and again. Now, was that the victim doing that? Was it some other,
was it him doing it, being a nut job?
I don't think it was him, because they said that people saw it, and it didn't look like the people in the car, him and his mother, were uh, in control, like they wanted to get out of there.
Okay.
I mean, it is possible that there was some sort of supernatural entity that saw the murder happen and was like, okay, I'm not gonna let this slide. Like,
Wouldn't that
something
be
that
awesome?
already, some do-gooder spirit in the forest, maybe.
Yeah. Tim Houston said a good line. He said, Miyako's Revenge.
Yeah.
In 63, vengeful ghosts are big in Japan. Yeah, I mean, you look at just the
Yeah.
movies that they make too, the Grudge.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, I got no problem believing it.
what about you guys? What'd you guys think of it? We caught a lot of people, and I agree with them. Mr. Ballin, and I'm not insulting your work, sir. You do an amazing job. But people have been saying lately, like, he's very dark, and it's more of these murder and oh my God, Jesus, God in heaven, that was horrible kind of stories.
Right.
But I guess
Yeah, I
you run
mean,
out of stuff to put up too.
I'd rather see, a good ghost story than some sort of murder mystery.
I agree.
That's why I'm such a big fan of the In Between.
She does a great job, and
Thought-provoking stuff.
she does. And I'm excited, guys, on that comment from Taz. I have a number of stories that are going to be getting released starting next week. I'm getting back to my storytelling, so I'm really excited about that.
I mean, I love your storytelling too, Matt.
Oh,
For
thank
sure.
you, thank you. No, I didn't say that for you to comment on that. I just wanted
No,
to
I know.
your entry into that subject.
We don't set up our comments here, guys. We do it off the cuff.
Exactly. And here we go on a next video sent in by Kat. It says it came back. So let me share this and pause it because we are on the screen. And say bye-bye for a second. I don't know why that player is popping up there. All right, you get off of there. Oop.
My life.
I've got an absolutely terrifying Dogman encounter for you tonight. I've got
Now,
Derek with me.
I'm got to stop it. This is a 41-minute video, guys. Do you want to end the show with this? Or do you want to just nix it altogether? 41 minutes is a hefty video. I know a lot of people get kind of irritated when we, throw on these long ones. So I'll let you guys marinate on that one. And I am going to bring up a shorter video at the moment. All right, here's one. An anonymous caller shares a video of the mirrored men. We already watched this one. Okay, I apologize. This was from I don't think it was the last show. It was from
Yeah, I'm with Kel and some of these other people. I want to avoid the 40-minute videos if we could. Yeah.
Yep, that's fine with me.
I'm too old and stupid. My attention span's not long enough.
I got you guys. Well, I have my wife and BJ and them that like to say that I put up this comment and they put it up on squirrel because I'm always my head's on swivel 24/7. So thank you Pat, for that. And as I bring up the next video, who you got tomorrow, Taz?
Oh, yeah. I mean, not a big fan of either team.
Mm-hmm.
I really think Seattle's going to get her done. They look so dominant. I got burned out like the rest of the country on Brady and the Patriots during his reign. Not that what he did wasn't spectacular. It was very impressive, but and there is something cool about the Patriots coach. Vrabel, you know, proven it. He, you know, I
Oh,
think he got a raw
yeah.
deal in Tennessee. I have a lot of respect for him. He was a great player. He seems like a great coach. He seems like a great man. I
Mhm,
love the spunk of the Patriots quarterback.
mhm.
I like the cut of his jib, so to speak. I like his swagger. He seems to be have his head in his game. But from top to bottom, Seattle's defense is just like it's just a swarm of like wasps, and you know they're
Right.
just all over the place, and they just seem to have so many weapons. And I'm a huge sports fan. It's my idea of relaxing is catching a good game,
Mhm.
and I just don't like Seattle. They're just nah. There's
You
certain
mean
teams that
You mean New
you
England?
just you know. I'd like to see New England win. I don't think they have a prayer.
Oh, you don't like Seattle?
No, I
Oh,
just
okay.
don't.
Okay.
You know, their fans are obnoxious. I find the city to be kind of
Oh,
obnoxious.
really? I've never been.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. Seattle's, they're just kind of goofy,
okay.
and goofy and rude and entitled, kind of that Northwestern, arrogance thing. And yeah, I'm just not a fan of the Seahawks.
Okay.
I wasn't when Pete Carroll was the coach there. So I'll be pulling for the Patriots, but you know, uh, I really think Seattle has all the pieces this year. So it'll be a big surprise if the Patriots can pull it off, in my opinion.
I think the Patriots, have been shutting people up left and right all season. I despise the Patriots. I'm a Steeler fan. That's a mean rivalry there. But just from a ex college football player, coach mindset, the Patriots look so solid top to bottom to me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have not had a chance to watch Seattle much, but they're going to have to play, in my opinion, a
Who did
perfect game.
who did Seattle beat before the Rams when they just obliterated them? I forget. A couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Not the Rams game, although the Rams game that was one heck of a fight. Whew.
Yeah,
It came down to coaching.
yep.
Um,
And what great
and
coaches
that,
they
that
are.
right. I just think the Rams blinked once, and then that was that. But yeah,
Yeah,
the Patriots just look so dumb. I mean, the Seahawks look so dominating.
gotcha. All right, well, you're picking them. I am. I'll let you know who I'm picking at the end of the show.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I don't know what the ticking sound is, Tangerine. I hear... I'm hearing all kinds of stuff. What the shit? How did I get that? Ha! It's the same one. That's big, guys.
Yo, whatever this was, and whatever this is, it's huge. Look at the eye shine.
That's big. I'm telling you, if it stands up.
Oh, there it is.
That's big. That's big. That's big. I don't know how. That's big. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Nope. That's big, dude. No. Guys, those eyes got like a foot. Ah! Okay. That's big. I'm not doing that. That's a big boy. I'm going right back down here. That was big. That's big.
Okay,
If it stood up...
before I let it finish, just commenting on the reaction of this individual. Are you buying them?
No, not really.
Yeah, me either. How about you guys? What do you think of this guy's reaction?
It's gonna be like 16 foot tall or something, dude. I'm out.
That's a woman.
I don't want to see that. I do not need to see that. I can live without knowing that. Dude. How is something that big getting through this shit? Stuff. Sorry. How is something that big? Guys. I've never seen that big before. My God, man. That's not possible. That's not possible.
Yeah, that very bad acting. Karen Root, I just wanted to tell you, I was also planning on asking all of you guys towards the end what your thoughts are. But if you guys would like to start throwing your 2 cents into the ring, so to speak, please not only give me your pick for the Super Bowl tomorrow, why do you think that they're going to win?
I agree,
That's not
Kel.
possible.
Anyone really scared wouldn't stick around like that.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not
but
buying this at
Christy, I
all.
agree. It's got a Blair Witch kind of vibe, which wasn't real.
Right?
How's it moving in and out through that stuff? I'm so confused.
See, it's just so bad.
Confused, not scared, which is fake. And honestly, did you really see what she was claiming to see?
I saw eye shine.
Hey.
I did. I'll definitely go over it.
Well, yeah, you go back. I mean, from that could have been anything.
Yeah. So, I did not hear what he heard at the end there too. So it was not the greatest.
I think it's a woman though.
You know what? I was confused. Is it a woman or a man? At one point, it sounded like a man, and then it sounded like a woman. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's right in here.
Yeah, I saw the eye shine, but I mean, that could have been anything. Right, that could have been.
You see my
could have been a bat in a tree.
No, you really think so?
Yeah.
Right there. It's pretty high off the ground.
I don't know.
I think. What the hell? What happened here? So it was pretty high. I don't know. It looked like it was at least 4 feet off the ground, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what happened. It expanded. I don't know, but there are definitely ways that you can make the eye shine, with I don't know, how do they do it? Glasses or LED, glasses, or I don't know. How would you go about making animal eye shine?
Dude, it's so easy. It's so easy to do.
Is
reflectors?
Okay. Because other than this part right here that I'm getting to, I don't. Oh shit. I'm sorry. Other than that, I only saw it this one part. So, he or she or whoever keeps, pretending or saying, there it is, saying that thing was, maybe following them out. Now, I wish I could make this bigger. I hate how shorts don't allow you most of the time that looked interesting, actually. Might have to go check that one out. But I don't know.
I mean, the thing I find interesting, let me ask your opinion, Matt, and I want to ask everyone else's this opinion too. If you're in that moment, at what point does fight or flight kick in?
Right.
If I saw more fight or flight, like, I don't know what the hell that is, but I'm gonna go find out, and I'm gonna bring my knife and my gun and my flashlight. We gonna dance,
right?
Or to hell with this, I'm getting out of here. Me, it's gonna be one or the other. I'm not gonna stand around and keep watching and wait for something to come rip my head off. Like, what's the difference between, I don't know, an alligator coming up out of the grass and some big monster coming out of the grass? No matter what you're doing, if it's real, you're going to back up or you're going to fight.
Right. I agree. Hey, Rye, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. But yeah, it's just, there wasn't any type of, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. No, if you're truly scared and you saw something paranormal and it looks like it's coming after you, that's not, I agree. It's not the way you're going to react. I don't know. There it is right there too. I mean, you can't tell anything. I just don't buy it. So I had accidentally went down and started this video, but it looks interesting. So let's watch this real quick. says trail camera junkies. What is that?
I don't know.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody seen this before?
I haven't seen this before. Looks like a deer.
Thank
Back it
you,
up halfway
Josie.
through. Looks like a deer to me. Right there in the middle.
Oh,
You kind of see the
really?
legs going down. Yeah, I'm getting a strong
here?
deer vibe in the mist.
Yeah, I see it. I saw it too. But what is that? I see the deer right
Another
here.
deer? Yeah, it's just a couple of deer going through the forest.
What would the light be? One of their eyes?
Their eyeball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question for everybody because in the last, 6 months, surrounded my home with the Ring doorbell cameras. So anybody that has them, I want to ask, I've been asking people, do you know if like if you go and you hit live, so you're watching one of the whatever, I have 4 cameras around my home. If it's only one of them that does it though, and it's the better one, the pro one, do you guys get like weird sounds like people walking around or maybe voices kind of, but you can't tell what it is, or just weird? Is that just something that happens normally with these cameras on the doorbell, or is that something that's not normal? I'm just curious. And thanks again, Josie. You're a sweetheart. Let's see what people are saying. The breath in the mist must be colder. Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing I'll hear on this one doorbell camera. Like I'll turn it on. Taz, no, I have some recorded. I should just play one for you guys.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Sounds like a person, but there's no one there.
How close is the next house over?
I don't know. I mean, not very close, not far, not like a farm or anything, but I mean, like I always check.
It doesn't seem normal to me, buddy.
That's what other people have said to me too. All right. Well, let me get the next video started here.
Gosh, it's great to be back with everybody. I missed Kel. I missed Josie. It's always good seeing BJ again.
Absolutely. But you know who hasn't been around? I called his phone today. I left him an email. Is Jack Jacklington, Bronze Snake.
Oh, yeah?
Where he's been.
Well, Jack, if you're watching this, even though it's recorded, come back to us, brother.
Yeah, man. I'm worried about him because, his wife had surgery. So I hope nothing's wrong. All right, let's go. Case file number 20. The dog saw his what? Saw his owner again. Documenting the unknown dark horror is the channel. I mean, that could be a bug there.
Yeah.
That is true, though. I know for a fact a lot of animals, like maybe military dogs, police dogs, their owner, their partner killed in the line of duty, and they stay right next to their plot for like forever until they're pulled away, and sometimes they act strangely like they're with them.
Yeah, that's a bummer of a video because, I mean, it could be a bug, it could be the dog wanting a snack, it could be the spirit of that person.
Yeah,
we don't know the relationship of that person to that dog either.
Exactly. All right, let me bring up the next one here for you guys. I appreciate everybody who sent this stuff in. The one I think I had possibly played. Hold on, I want to make sure I give everybody credit. Chris Tucker had sent a video in too. That was Chris Tucker who sent in the one with the eye shine. I apologize, Chris, if I didn't say your name. My bad. All right, I wanted to make sure Chris didn't have any more. Chris usually does a really good job of sending stuff in for us. Let's see, here is another one for you guys. Oh, I think I've seen this one.
Found a real dragon skeleton.
Scientists in China have unveiled a newly discovered dragon fossil dating back 240 million years.
Dragons confirmed real. But if you bag it, China's where they had a lot of dragons. In the mythology of China, everything is what? Dragons. Lucky dragon, red dragon. Look, look, look. This is real. 240 million year old fossil of a dragon.
This is it. It would have been 5 meters long. That's 16 feet. Its neck was longer than its body and tail combined. And the researchers say it probably evolved to be that long because it helped the creature to hunt.
Like the scientific name is the Dinophilis orientalis. That's what it's called. They found.
Well, what do you guys think? I have seen a number of, some of them are intriguing pictures online about in certain parts of the world, them finding something that looks kind of like a dragon. What do you think, Tad?
Well, okay, well, we happen to have tripped upon one of my favorite conspiracy theories. I think that there's enough weirdness around dinosaurs and dragons. You know, I'm almost of the belief that if you believe dinosaurs walked around the earth, why not dragons? I've
Right.
seen some weird documentaries and some weird information to suggest that some of the dinosaur skulls had like a certain kind of like, I don't know, gland or pouch that could hold in a
Fire.
or like some sort of super dangerous
Caustic
fluid
stuff.
that toxic stuff that could
Yeah.
have been, you know, igniting. You know, I mean, I'm so past the point of being tired of being told to what to think by science, to where I'm like, give me a good reason to not believe something before you tell me what I should believe. You
Right.
know, and I've never seen a good reason to dismiss dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a good reason to dismiss dragons other than saying, oh, they're just made up. Really? According to whom? You know?
Right.
And,
Right.
you know, according to what? Because if you want me to believe in a Tyrannosaurus Rex, if you want me to believe in all these various different dinosaurs and all these different eras, but I suddenly can't believe in dinosaurs, why not?
Right. Well, what are
That's
all
just
of
the way I
bones
see it.
you find fake?
What?
I'm like saying, you know, all of the bones they find, what, they're fake. You know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah, you know, I mean, I don't know. I just, I don't, I'm okay with a world that has dragons in it. I'm okay
Right.
with a world that has dinosaurs in it, you know?
Well, P. Makes a great comment. Dragons, like a lot of other, like Bigfoot, Sasquatch, are known worldwide, where places had recorded them in some form or fashion on a cave wall or on a rock somewhere, and they've never been where, you know, to the Americas or, you know, the Northwest, or, and you're getting all these different people all around different parts of the world who've never left where they lived, but yet they are recording the same type of animal or
Right.
or being.
Yeah. You know, and again, I'm not necessarily saying, like P. Jane 63 said, dinosaur skeletons are pieced together. They don't have the whole skeletons. You know, there's so much that so often, you know, science expects us to take on faith because they say so.
Right.
You know, so at what point, you know, why is it suddenly not okay to believe in dragons when we're expected to believe in dinosaurs so willingly.
Agreed. And
that's what I struggle with.
I agree with you. You know, I'm sick of people trying to tell us what's what. I can decide for myself. And Rye from Codex Curiosities, Rye Voss, my man. Again, that picture you took with the shirt, with my shirt on, brother, I love it. The word dinosaur was only invented in the late 1800s. Before that, we called them dragons, and they were drawn in paintings and everything. I mean, you know, just like we talk about too, mythology might not all be right what they're talking about and recording for posterity, but usually there is truth to these myths out there. I you know, was told nothing I saw in horror movies, monster movies, werewolves were real. Well, let me tell you something. I mean, I'm sorry, we're fake, not real. And they, you know, don't worry about it. It's not real. My ass. So I have no problem like you, Taz, with that. Here we have a skeleton of something in a tree. Dinda Avery Rose sent it. My aunt found this in her tree. I live in Utah. Any idea what this could be?
Looks like a monkey to me.
Very, very possible. Some of the people said dead, a hoax. The dead one makes me laugh, actually. Yeah, you know what? One of the things I want to say, and I'll move on from this one. When it's just the skeleton, it looks like freaky stuff because there's nothing on the outside, and you'd be shocked at what it used to be when it had, you know, coverings like its skin and everything. So that was actually a you know, a learning experience. So let me see. We're gonna go here. Let me start the next one here. All right, here we go, guys. Reload page. Okay. Uh-oh. This page isn't available. Uh-oh. Hold on. I got another one. Not to my fault. What'd you have for dinner tonight, Taz?
My wife, Mrs. Taz, just treats me like a king. She made me what we call burger bowls. It's kind of like a hamburger, but it's not on a bun.
Okay.
And she spices it up, and you know, tonight it was Korean burger bowls. Oh my gosh, they were so good.
Oh, I love Korean stuff, man, and yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this video, we've actually gone over, I think, before, but there are new people here, so I want to go over it just for, you know, the purpose of it. A lot of people are claiming that this is supposedly real. So.
In 2009, it says the Black Walker of Smuggler's Notch, Vermont's forgotten 2009 sighting. In the frozen silence of Smuggler's Notch, something walked that winter. Something heavy, black, and not meant for human eyes. This one is pretty werewolfy to me. Like, this looks like a straight up, or Dogman, really. You know, it kind of looks like a mix.
Do you think it's AI, Taz?
It feels very AI to me.
Everybody else.
I mean, I don't know, man. What's the deal with the giant? I know it's kind of small on my screen. What's the deal with the giant head?
Right, that's her. She decided to put that in there when she was editing. Put her head in there.
No, I'm talking about the head of the Dogman.
Oh, okay. I got you. Here, let me mute her. I mean, you're getting shoulders here that are mixing in that as well. Come on, play. it's like, is it holding something? I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels a little AI-y to me.
Hey, Jacklington, how are you, my friend? We are worried about you.
Hey, Jack. Welcome in, man. How you been?
Yeah, I'm. I watched a short video the other day about AI and what it's doing to especially our niche. And it's really negative, and it's making things very difficult, and it's making things
It is.
difficult for the future of research, because no matter what, if somebody finally got the holy grail picture or video of Sasquatch or Dogman or something else, no one's going to believe it.
Right.
Which is a damn shame. Now, I'm glad that they're making it necessary on YouTube, and they have other ways that you can check if there's AI being utilized. And I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, let's move on from this one. Taz, did you say you sent me something?
I just came across some. I think it might be stuff you've seen before, but I did send it to you in the Facebook chat. You can check it.
Okay. Let me see.
It's more ghost oriented.
That's fine.
I like the ghost stuff.
Jack, you've been in the hospital, I see.
How are you feeling now, buddy? How's your missus?
Yeah, how's her knee? As I get this here.
I agree, Tim. That tail of that Dogman was it was almost a little dinosaur-esque.
Oh, you guys are talking about, hold on. I'm going to tell you what, the tail looks very similar to the tail of the Dogman that I saw. It really does.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, it does. It has that panther cougar kind of look to it. It's got short but thick hair on a long tail, and it's not shaggy or anything. It reminds me, it's very similar. Yeah. I thought that that was a good picture, actually. I thought that the first time I saw it, very, very similar, although at the end of it, and maybe this is showing more AI to it, almost looks like a foot at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then the legs of it, if you see my pointer, guys, this right leg is real skinny, and this other one is thick. Now, who's to say it didn't get injured? You know what I mean? And maybe that's why it's walking around with its arms like, it's trying to protect itself from the cold. I don't know. But I have another video for you guys. Let me switch here. What time are you going to bed lately, Taz?
Well, tonight I'm staying up as late as my brother wants me.
There you go. I love it.
I'm here for you, man.
I love it. Let me put this one up. Closed. Where'd you go? All right, there you are. One more second, guys. All right, there's that. Oh, okay. Now, did we watch this last time? Okay, yeah, we watched the last video last time. Taz, you did send me some vids or no?
I sent you one that was a compilation, a ghost one, but I don't know if
Okay,
you've seen
great,
it before.
great. Was that in Messenger?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just ghost stuff, and
that's where we deal with that here.
Oh, that's right. I think just 2 or 3 hours, Josie, me and Mrs. Taz, we need to hang out with you sometimes. Just your euphemisms are fascinating. You told me you believe in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, and you're as tough as a boiled owl. You have an interesting way about you there, Josie.
We need
to get your family and my family together.
It would be a fun time, huh, Taz?
Of course, we might send the Earth off its axis. There'd be so much energy going on.
Right.
On this farm. And she said it was right next to the
Tell you what,
Mesa
that thing right
National
there looks
Forest.
very real.
And she remembers
That one did, yeah. Do it again, do it again.
Yes, sir.
She was inside with her mother. And she said all of a sudden her father come running in the house and he was panicked and he was scared. And she said he went right into the bedroom, he grabbed his firearm, and he told everyone, get in the hallway and crouch down.
Did I miss it?
Now, they're scared. There was this girl named Emily, and Emily said when she was younger,
at the top.
she lived in Michigan on this farm. And she said it was right
That
next
has
to the
a real
National
look
Forest.
to it, you know?
It
It has some type of strange animal, and the way it was walking from the front, it gave an almost like,
felt very genuine.
yeah, like it's mixed with human DNA or something.
And she remembers one specific time when her father was outside late working on the farm. She was inside with her mother. And she said all of a sudden,
Man, this scene is like really close to the beginning.
There was this girl named Emily. And Emily
it
said when
reminds
she
me-
was younger, she lived in Michigan.
It reminds me of a person coming at us right there. Like there was, it's like maybe a hybrid or something like that, or a skinwalker. Look, doesn't that look human?
Yeah, yeah. Keep going though. It's like,
The
yeah,
forest.
man. I hope
And
it's
she
not.
remembers one specific.
It's
You
so
want
hard
me
to
to-
tell anymore.
You want me to go back?
No. I'm curious
time
if
when
if
her
they show it
father
again.
was outside late working on the farm.
Go ahead.
She was inside with him.
Taz?
I just keep letting it play. I'm curious what his story is like. Do we get to see it again?
Right.
And he told everyone,
Hold on, I'm turning it up.
get in the hallway and crouch down. Now, they're scared because they don't know what's going on. And Emily and her mother and stuff were asking her father, like, hey, what's going on? What's wrong? And she said her father just kept saying, be quiet, don't talk, be quiet, just dunk down, don't talk. And she said that's when they heard what sounded like footsteps up on the roof of the house. And she said it was just these loud crashing.
Oh, hey, real quick. I wanted to mention this. Didos German said it clips through the fence too. So there's a sign.
Footsteps, like something large was walking on top of the house. And she said her dad, just clutched the firearm and was shaking this whole time. She said for the next 10 or 15 minutes, they could hear stuff walking around on the roof. And they would hear these loud howls coming from outside. And she said just as it started, boom, it was quiet. And whatever it was gone. And she said her father, that whole night was just on edge and was terrified of something. She tried to ask her father, what was that? What happened? And she said her father wouldn't speak about it and said, don't worry about it. It's nothing. The next couple of months, she said the people around town, they were all talking about this large, hairy man. And she said around the farm, there were these strange footprints, very large footprints. And she said on a regular basis, livestock was coming up missing. And she had lost several goats and chickens. And she really had no idea at the time what was going on. Well, she said after a while, everyone kind of stopped talking about it and she forgot. Well, she said her father one night told her and her sister, I need you to go out to the barn and check on the animals. So her and her sister went outside of the house. They walk over to the barn and they open the door. They go inside, and it's pitch black. And she starts reaching around for this pull string light. All of a sudden, as she's reaching for the light, she grabs something. And she said it was just this thick, matted fur. And at the time, she thought maybe this was a farm animal. And she said, what could be this big? And she said it was just very muscular. And that's when she looked up and she said she's seen two red eyes staring down at her. And so she screams, her and her sister run out of the barn. They go inside. And she tells her father runs out with a firearm, searches the barn, doesn't find anything. She said the next day they went outside, the barn door was ripped off. And not only that, 3 of the goats in that barn were missing.
Welcome back, gang. I'm back at it again with another werewolf story time. This story takes place in the Deschutes River Trail of Oregon in 2023 to be exact. Not too long ago, these entities is still around. Let's call the girl in this story M, just for her safety reasons. So she was running along the river trail outside the Bend of Oregon when she heard something behind her, and it immediately caught her attention. She turned around and she thought she saw a black wolf charging at her. Without thinking, she ran to the nearest tree and started climbing. I mean, shit, I would do the same. She got about halfway up when she realized this wasn't just any wolf. The first one reached the bottom of the tree, and she saw another one approaching from the opposite direction. The first wolf began to climb, but its paws were very different. It didn't look like wolf's paws at all, more like raccoon hands, but bigger. That's when terror really set in. She broke off a branch in self-defense to protect herself if they do make it up there. The first one leapt down. The second one started to climb now. Y'all, this one, a panic attack would have just set in with me, and I would have just fell out the tree right on out. It's too much stress. So she swatted that one down with her, with her stick that she broke off branch. Both of them stopped staring at her, and their eyes, she described them as bright orange, intense, almost like German shepherds staring right at you, or through you, I should say. So the first creatures start climbing again, and in that moment, M just started to pray. Y'all, if y'all in any of these moments, the best thing to do is pray. Prayer always works. Any entity, for all of them, God will lead the way. Just a little advice. So at this point, M think this is her last moment to Earth. She's in a trail in Oregon. No one's around. There are 3 little wolf creatures that's trying to get her. Then a miracle happened. A deer bolted about 40 yards away, fleeing the area. The wolf-like creatures, they saw it, and they immediately start to chase the deer. Sprinting too, on all fours. They could care less about M at that moment. After a few intense minutes, she climbed back down the tree, ran all the way back she came, shaken and terrified. When I asked her how big they were, she said they were the size of German shepherds, full-grown, adult, but darker, thick black fur, bushy tail, and those orange eyes. And those hands? She ain't never seen something like that before. Definitely couldn't be a normal wolf, but they look wolf-like. She wasn't sure if they were trying to harm her. It almost seemed like a game to them, like young canines playing, like puppies, testing her reaction, or maybe curious about her presence. They did see her running. She said how they were staring at her didn't look aggressive or growling like they wanted to attack her. It was staring, almost like your dog wanting to play with you. But she said they were definitely intelligent, more than the normal animal. She could definitely see that and sense that. She shared her story with others, but just leaving out the part that they started climbing the tree and the strange hand. Wolves don't climb trees. He was just too scared and emotional to even bring it up. Encounters like this happen more times than not, and people.
Wolves definitely do not climb trees. Thoughts on what we've heard or seen thus far?
I mean, at the end of the day, they're a couple good stories. I wished I'd seen more evidence.
Right.
Wolves don't climb trees, it's a good story to tell. But, let me see some more evidence.
Right, exactly.
Always afraid to talk about it. Most people are not even okay with their names being attached, even though it's their story. But if you check this playlist I have attached below here, all these werewolf encounters, or dogman maybe per se, they do sound like baby dogman, like baby pups. They're all similar. All these encounters are similar. Interestingly enough, I haven't heard one situation, one incident someone got hurt. So that's why I believe the intelligence level is definitely there. And they only eat like cattle, pig, farm animals, and deer. But y'all eat them too anyway. They're not always violent. Some cryptid, like Dogman, seem to observe, test, and even retreat, leaving us alone with the story all the time. I feel like they just want to let us know they're real. Don't come too close, but yeah, they're not made up. I'm Cube of Lore.
And I hear somebody say, don't shoot it. As soon as they said that, this thing's head snapped up, and it came forward 2 steps to put its upper half of his body into the light. The first thing I seen that came out of the darkness was his hand came out and went down on them rocks.
Just beat it.
5 fingers just like my hand.
It's a scary video when it.
Not no raccoon paw, not no dog's paw, but it's got these 3-inch freaking claws on the end of them. The color of the eyes were, if you take the full moon when it's orange and a full moon when it's white and combine that color with a black pupil. And it was looking past me, I'm assuming at the guy that held the gun, because it stopped. And that's when the ears kind of went back, and then it did that grin where dog raise their jaws and you see their teeth. This thing's teeth.
Yeah, I know him, Roy.
The canines
Jack
would have put a male African lion's canines to shame. I mean, you want to talk about big? Now, it never opened his mouth, so I can't tell you what the tongue looked like, but the gums were black and pink. But the teeth was really white, but all the teeth in his mouth, even in between the canines, were cutting teeth.
Very much.
And the look that
Martino,
it had
that's
on
very
his
kind of
face
you.
was,
thank you, buddy.
you really want to go there?
He's the man.
You really want to go there? Now I'm looking at these claws and these big hands that's like 3 times bigger than mine. And just seeing the muscles in that forearm, because the arm is longer from the wrist to the elbow than from the elbow to the shoulder. So I'm like, okay. This calm voice in my head said, okay, I'm looking at a fucking werewolf. When she came into the light, these dudes is really, they really got amped up then. Man, that's a monster. That's a monster, you know. Look at that thing, you know. And I'm just
You can actually check out Roy's video on the In Between guys, BJ or Kel or Josie, if you could throw up the link for Carol Ann. They interviewed him, I believe, or they did his story. I know Josh, my buddy Josh Nocchio from What Lurks Beneath as well, interviewed him. That's the one you can throw up. I'm sorry. I don't think he did one. He might have done one with Carol Ann. I can't remember. I think she did one with him and he did as well. Unfortunately, when him and I spoke, there was a little issue with I'm going to keep that between us. He's a good guy. I just would have liked to had him come on a show, but he wanted to do it more business-like after his interview with Josh Nocchio.
Standing there because when it came forward, that put it like roughly 7-8 feet away from me. So I got a real good look at it. A real good look. And I'm like, when she growled, when she laid her ears back and she growled, it wasn't really loud. And I don't know if it hit me in my head and went down to my feet or
Tim, so your opinion, you don't buy it, I take it?
Hit me in my feet and went up to my head, but I felt it in my body and it wasn't really that loud, but it was enough to make me pee my pants.
Oh,
today, everyone who steps foot into the woods brings a cell phone or photography gear. There's also recording devices everywhere. Dash cams, trail cameras, and drones. So if the Dogman...
I mean, what do you think real quick about Roy's...
I mean, it's, you know, I got no reason to doubt him. I don't know him, you know. He's very passionate about his story, but at the end of the day, I believe you, Matt, because I've watched you and I know you and you're my friend. And when you tell your Dogman story, there's a level of fear and sincerity because I know you.
Right.
And I believe you. I don't know this guy from Adam.
Right.
You know, and I've heard the very, very best people in the world tell telling lies, and you are so convinced that they're telling you the truth.
Yeah.
And sometimes people convince themselves they're telling themselves the truth when they're not, but they even think they're being honest.
Yeah.
So, you know, hearing a good story is hearing a good story, you know, but I don't put a lot of weight in it until I see some cross-reference materials. And you know what I mean?
No, I agree.
You know, so sincerity and intent is there's a lot to it. Now, I'm not saying Roy is being dishonest. I'm saying I don't have enough intel to make a decision.
Correct.
You know, and so, and I'd never heard of him till just now because I never saw him on anybody else's channel, so I don't know his story.
He actually had his story, and I know him. We're friends. I mean, I believe he had this experience. He was on what's the one show? maybe these woods are haunted. He was on there. It never changes. It never wavers. He seems legitimate to me, and I do know him. I wasn't disparaging him, guys, at all when I was talking. I'll just be honest. He wanted paid for an interview, and I don't make that much money on the channel to pay people for an interview as of right now. So it happened right after he had his video on Josh Nanokio's story, not the storytelling channel. What Lurks Beneath It was on the interview one, and it was making a lot of response. And he decided after that he should be, compensated for his interviews, and God bless him. I hope he gets it. Yeah. I was sad I couldn't.
At the end of the day, I got no reason to doubt that he didn't have a Dogman experience. Anybody could at any time, but I just haven't even heard his whole story.
Right. All right, let me get this going again. Sorry, guys.
Stories from the past are real, then we should have photo and video evidence of the creature today. And we do. A lot of it. Over the past few days, I dug through the entire internet to find the strongest, clearest, most convincing Dogman evidence ever caught on camera. But let's start with the audio recordings. What would you hear right before you get eaten alive by the Dogman? The audio people have captured is terrifying. On March 6, 2020, a man named Bob called into the Dogman Encounters radio with one of the most disturbing Dogman encounters ever recorded. He and 11 other people encountered a Dogman while on the outskirts of Lumber River State Park in North Carolina. From inside his RV with the creatures circling outside, Bob managed to hit record, and what he captured is nightmare fuel.
Okay, right there, I have to say this, and I'll keep it playing. Whatever it is, when the loudest part of the scream comes, or roar, whatever you want to call it, it sounds like somebody is doing that through like a parking thing, the funnels that people scream through, or you get them at football.
Oh yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me.
For sure. Yeah, well, to me, it just sounds like wolves.
Right. It sounds different, though. It does sound human-like.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, it just sounds like a coyote.
Now, these sound with the audio recording.
Sounds like a guy what?
Like a coyote or a wolf.
Coyote. Yeah, I recently found out we have that.
What would you hear right before you get eaten alive by the Dogman? The audio people have captured is terrifying. On March 6, 2020, a man named Bob called into the Dogman Encounters radio with one of the most disturbing Dogman encounters ever recorded. He and 11 other people encountered a Dogman while on the outskirts of Lumber River State Park in North Carolina. From inside his RV with the creatures circling outside, Bob managed to hit record, and what he captured is nightmare fuel.
You see what I mean at the beginning?
I get you, brother. I keep saying.
It's joking, and Aaron, thank you. I don't know.
Now these sounds are terrifying. The howl is similar to a wolf's, but deeper, heavier, like something far bigger. But here's the part that shook me the most. I've heard this exact same sound before in real life. Years ago, I was investigating the Bell Witch Cave in Adams, Tennessee with my friend Karma the Maker. We had to sneak onto a farmer's property to even reach the cave. And we'd already been caught once by the guy riding his ATV up to us with a shotgun on his lap. So that night, we hid in a ditch beside his property line waiting for him to go to sleep so we can sneak into the cave. When suddenly, from somewhere in the forest in the direction of the cave, the woods erupted in the exact same noise that I just showed you. At the time, I had never heard of Dogman at all ever before, but how we described the sound right after we heard it was it kind of sounded like a dying donkey mixed with a wolf's howl, and it was very, very loud. It sounded exactly the same as those audio recordings, except I heard it very clearly. The sound was coming from about 50 meters somewhere in the tree line, somewhere towards the entrance of the cave we were supposed to sneak inside. We had no idea, neither of us knew what this sound was. It was just a mystery. It freaked us out so much that we actually left. And good thing we did, because that noise remained a mystery noise up until I was doing research for this video. Those are the exact same sounds I heard with Karma the Maker. And here's the really scary part. Adams, Tennessee, where the Bell Witch's Cave is located, is only 20 minutes from this known Dogman hotspot, the most world-famous Dogman hotspot, which really leads me to believe that what we heard that day was the Dogman. And before anyone tries to say that the first clip was fake, listen to this second audio clip captured by hunters inside Land Between the Lakes. It sounds nearly identical.
That the way that the whatever is doing that like, you know, it starts and stops real fast. That sounds legitimately like some type of creature, animal.
Yeah, I agree with that. That second one very different from the first.
Yeah, it's like a person would have trouble doing that. It's good.
Well, and a coyote would have all kinds of trouble.
Right there. Yeah. See what that sounds legit to me right there. I missed what you said there a second ago, Taz.
Well, it just doesn't. I was just saying it definitely doesn't sound like coyotes either.
They're higher pitched, aren't they?
Yeah, well, and they don't do that thing that you're pointing out. That's
guttural
clickety
sound.
clackety.
Yeah.
Staccato at the end.
And here's another one recorded at Indian Mound, only 30 minutes from both Adams, where I heard the noise, and the Land Between the Lakes hotspot.
That's... Well, that sound real or added?
Sounds real to me.
All of these recordings are eerily similar. Different people in different areas all recording the exact same thing. But here's what proves these aren't just guys playing a sound effect in the woods. Even though the sounds match, they each have distinct vocal differences, slight changes in tone, pitch, and power, close enough to the same type of creature, but different enough to confirm that these are unique, real vocalizations, not a reused recording or a hoax. Whatever's making these sounds, it's out there, and people have heard it. Now, if the sounds weren't enough to convince you that something real's out there, just wait, because the audio is just the beginning. There are tons of photo evidence. While researching this video, I went through hundreds of Dogman photos. Footprints, claws, marks on metal, clumps of fur, shredded livestock, and even alleged photographs of the creature itself. Some of these images were taken by authorities during active investigations. Others came from hunters, hikers, and people who had no idea what they were about to capture. But out of everything I've seen, let me show you the most credible and the hardest to explain photo evidence.
No, I just want to show this real quick. The picture they just showed for a split second. That was the Montauk creature, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Reels out there.
Yeah.
Just wait, because the audio.
They say they don't know what it was, but it was skinless and all that when they found a dead one.
Video is just the beginning. There are tons of photo evidence. While researching this video, I went through hundreds of Dogman photos. Footprints, claws, marks on metal, clumps of fur, shredded livestock, stock, and even alleged photographs of the creature itself. Some of these images were taken by authorities during active investigations. Others came from hunters, hikers, and people who had no idea what they were about to capture. But out of everything I've seen, let me show you the most credible and the hardest to explain photo evidence of the Dogman. A fisherman named John claims he was stalked by a Dogman, not once, but twice. And he says he even managed to capture the creature on camera. John was out kayaking on Boxing Day when the first incident happened. As he paddled along the water, he noticed something unsettling. Every time he took a stroke with his paddle, something in the bush beside him took a matching step. When he stopped, the footsteps stopped. When he started paddling again, the footsteps started again. This wasn't an animal randomly moving through the brush. Whatever it was shadowing him stride for stroke. Feeling watched, John took a photo toward the tree line, and he believes he captured the figure that was stalking him. According to him, the creature was tall, upright, and shaped like a half dog, half human. After showing the photo to others, the consensus was the same. Whatever it is, it looks like a Dogman. The encounter shook him so badly he was
I thought for a second it was my picture.
Have you shown that on this channel?
Yes, I have. BJ or girls, could you put that video up, please, so they have it? Looking at the picture right here, I mean, you see the muzzle, you see the brow.
Sure. Oh, sure.
Definitely has a look to it. I mean, I've never seen this one before.
Petrified for a month.
But it's wild that it's in the tree. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Woke up from nightmares of the creature staring at him from the tree line. But eventually, he forced himself to return to the area for another fishing trip. And that's when the second encounter happened. John heard a loud bang from the bush, followed by something running at high speed. It was smashing through trees so violently he couldn't tell if they were breaking or being pushed aside. Then came the roar. He describes it as the loudest and most unnatural sound he'd ever heard. Something primal inside him told him to go now or you'll die. He sprinted to his car, unarmed with no phone service, convinced he was about to be killed. John says he never...
Sometimes he's like standing on the road and then he just runs a half circle and his car is there magically. That was funny.
Believed in the Dogman before this.
What?
I said, good work if you can get it.
Right.
But after his two encounters in the photograph, he felt forced to come forward to the news with this photograph in fear that someone else might get hurt. The next photo comes from one of the strangest pieces of security footage ever recorded. And what makes this even more disturbing is the fact this footage comes from a major zoo. In 2022, the Amarillo Zoo became the talk of the entire country after it publicly shared an unusual CCTV still frame captured in the early morning hours of May 21st.
May 21st, that's my birthday. That's funny. I want to make a quick comment. Yes, BJ, it does look very close, but also New England Dirt Roadie, I also agree with your comment there. It looked like a cow to me too. But it's in the tree. It's too high. So I did see that.
Right.
The footage shows a tall, humanoid figure walking just outside the zoo's perimeter, something with the outline of a man with the distinct features of a wolf. At first, the picture popped up anonymously on Reddit, and most people dismissed it as just another internet hoax. But then the city of Amarillo themselves released an official press release confirming the photo was real and asked residents for help identifying the animal. Local news stations covered the story, and Twitter exploded with theories. And yet, no one is able to explain what the figure is. I think it's a young Dogman.
Pant stretch right here. See it behind its knee. Yeah. It's like you can see the stuff stretching. Yeah, no, that's a...
Well, actually, you know what? I think that could be the fence.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen other pictures as well of it going back and forth. And I think I see, I could be wrong. It looks like it is pants or a costume to me, but There's always
maybe a teenager. It looks too small to be a fully grown Dogman, but I think this photo is real. But whatever it is, the fact the city itself made a public statement tells you everything you need to know. They'd seen the original CCTV footage and knew it was real. This next photo was taken in Jedediah Smith Redwood State Park in California on May 7th, 2017. According to the photographer, the creature he captured was roughly 7 feet tall, easily weighing over 300.
I've seen this picture before, and I personally think that there's a very good chance that it is real.
One of the creepiest.
Oops, what happened here?
What picture? What are you doing to me, dog?
I know. I didn't mean it. Just changed.
You're doing me dirty.
On Reddit, and most people dismiss.
Sorry, buddy. Hold on. The gremlins are back.
It as just another internet hoax. But then the city of Amarillo themselves released an official press release confirming the photo was real and asked residents for help identifying the animal. Local news stations covered the story, and Twitter exploded with theories. And yet, no one is able to explain what the figure is. I think it's a young Dogman, maybe a teenager. It looks too small to be a fully grown Dogman, but I think this photo is real. But whatever it is, the fact the city itself made a public statement tells you everything you need to know. They'd seen the original CCTV footage and knew it was real. This next photo was taken in Jedediah Smith Redwood State Park in California on May 7th, 2017. According to the photographer, the creature he captured was roughly 7 feet tall, easily weighing over 300 pounds.
One of the creepiest.
See, it just cuts. That wasn't me.
Was a story I heard out of West Virginia. Now, there was this man named Fred. Fred owned a farm and several acres of land, and he said he started to notice that he was losing livestock to something. And he said at the time he thought maybe a bear, maybe a mountain lion, but whatever this was, it kept coming back. We said one night him and his wife wake up and they hear sort of a banging sound at their back door. So he gets up, he goes to the back door, there's nothing there. And he said, for several months, every night, something kept waking them up being at the back door. Well, he said one night he happened to be in his barn and he was, working on his tractor. And he said all of a sudden his dog runs into the barn and just hides and is scared of something. He said he kept trying to get his dog to come out, but he was like terrified. So he's like, okay, whatever, just stay there. So he went back to working on his tractor, and he said out of the corner of his eye, next to the door, he sees a shadow of something run by. So he goes up to the door, he looks out, he doesn't see anything. He goes back to work on his tractor, and he said the next thing he knows is he was bending over, he feels something grabbing his leg, and when he looks down, he said there was a hand sticking through a hole in the barn, grabbing his leg. He said it was covered in fur, and it had these long, sharp nails. He said he hit it with this wrench that he had, and whatever it was let go. He runs outside of the barn, and he looks to, where this creature or whatever it was would have been, and he said there was nothing there. So he searched the whole entire area, and he said he couldn't get his dogs to pursue this, whatever it was. They were terrified. About a couple months later, he said, one night, as usual, he hears something messing with the back door. Except this time when he comes out to the back door, he actually notices this tall wolf-like creature staring at him through the window, and he takes this photograph. And he said right after he took the photograph, whatever it was just took off running and ran into the woods behind his house. And he said still to this, whatever it was, they were terrified. About a couple months later, he said, one night, as usual,
just clipped it back.
Hears something messing with the back door. Except this time when he comes out to the back door, he actually notices this tall wolf-like creature staring at him through the window, and he takes this photograph. That's whatever it was.
Oh, it disappeared super fast, boy. I don't know what it is with his video. His video like just cuts.
Well, he said one night he happened to be in his.
Couldn't do it. There it is.
Whatever it was, just took off running.
Why does this damn thing keep doing that? That pisses me off. Sorry, guys. My language. It keeps. All right, I'm going to play
One night, as usual, he hears something messing with the back door. Except this time when he comes out to the back door, he actually notices this tall wolf-like creature.
Now, it doesn't look
staring
wolf-like
at
to
him through
me
the
off
window,
the
and
first
he takes
shot.
this photograph.
All right, thank you. What do you think? It's your first impression.
It looks like a bat.
A bat?
Doesn't it?
We've had some realistic looking pictures of something that looks kind of like a bat as well. The thing that grabs me a little bit, is this here, the muzzle area. Like, there's like lines underneath it. Almost reminds me of like a mask. Yeah, Quicksilver agreed. Do you think you see mask-like material here, like black plastic or rubber? Or you think that looks legit?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think it looks legit.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't buy this one.
Yeah, I don't either. And I keep going back to Quicksilver's comment. It looks really odd. Yeah, it just looks like a mask to me.
And he said right after he took the photograph, whatever it was, just took off running and ran into the woods behind his house. And he said still to this day he has livestock go missing, but he has no idea what this thing is.
This family learned the hard way that there are creatures lurking in the dark. This gentleman and his entire family moved to southern Illinois around the Ozarks, the Shawnee National Forest.
I did
simply
see similarities
because
to a
they all
big
love
bat too.
the outdoors.
As
and
I agree.
wildlife. They were very adventurous. They had several ATVs and a V8 powered buggy that they just loved exploring the trails and being out in nature as much as possible. So last September, just before deer season, they set out on a midnight ride. This guy, his 16-year-old son, his dad, and brother set out. He let his 16-year-old son drive that night, and they were just enjoying each other's company and taking in the beautiful scenery. Even though it was at night, it's still beautiful. They were riding down and through around creeks and the back roads, and they decided to stop in the creek for a few moments to let their engine cool off. While they're just sitting there in the creek, letting the motor cool down, they begin to hear splashing in the creek they're in.
Where did you send it, sir? Did you send it to my email?
Probably around 30 minutes, and then they decided they were going to go home. And so his son, who was driving, pulls up on the trails, which run parallel to the ridge just above the creek. And at one point, where it's nighttime, his dad is beginning to get a little bit cold, and he tells his grandson to slow down a little bit. This gentleman is in the right back side. His dad is on the left side. His son is driving, and his brother is up in the front passenger seat. Just cruising along the trail, this guy said he just happened to kind of look behind him, and he seen a huge dark figure, and he could immediately make out its hazel-colored eyes jump over a cattle fence and start pursuing them. Without even really knowing what this creature was, he just began screaming, "Go, go, go," telling his son to speed up. But he said he's typically not a very easy person to scare. He keeps his calm, he stays cool, but he knew in an instant that this thing was something not good at all. Whatever it was, he said, was trying to intercept their vehicle. It was changing position, trying to run along beside of them, and it had no trouble. It was very quick. And he said when it jumped the cattle fence, it had no issues at all. He turned around to look at this creature, and he said they locked eyes. And he will never forget. He said this thing had the face of a sphinx, and with almost like a lion's mane. Probably was at least 6 feet high. and probably between 250 and 300 pounds. Covered in hair, but not like fur like you would think a typical animal. He said it was more like human hair, about 6 inches long, and you could even see the skin through it. And he said it was very fit, very muscular, very lean. There wasn't hardly any fat at all on this creature. Menacing looking eyes and face that he had ever seen.
So we're going to play another video after this here. I just want to let you guys know El Martino sent us a video he wants our opinion on. I don't know. I'm going to let him.
He couldn't even really look at it anymore. As they had locked eyes, it took one huge leap or jump trying to grab a hold, but thankfully it missed because their buggy was really, really fast. He said at that point he just couldn't look anymore, but his dad in the back with him did actually keep an eye on this thing. His face was illuminated red from the taillights. And his dad was watching this as they were going on, and at some point it finally stopped, and he said it just kind of stopped and crouched down in the road like a person would. Watched them leave the forest, and he said there was just this very uneasy feeling like they had come in contact with something that was very ancient or old, something they had no business being in direct contact with at all. They just had this dread feeling, and they knew they had to get home. Even when they got to their yard, they still didn't feel safe, thinking this thing may have followed them, but they got home and ran in the house, and thankfully nothing else happened. They never heard this creature make a noise. It never growled, it never howled, it never made a peep. It just tried to chase down their buggy and try to intercept it. The trail they were on that night, he said, was actually...
Well, that makes sense too. It's open. You know what I mean? A buggy.
Right. Yeah.
I'll let this play a little more. I'm going to get El Martino's video ready.
Actually part of the Trail of Tears. And from that point forward, he said they didn't really go riding at night at all. He and his family love the outdoors, and he said he didn't want that to change. They still do explore and ride, but they don't at night, and they now carry weapons if they do go out. This thing was massive, and he said that he has 5 large dogs, but he knows that this creature could have shredded those dogs if it needed to or wanted to. He wanted to remain anonymous because you are so quick to be ridiculed when you share stories like this. But the reason he wanted me to share it was he said people need to know what's out there. They need to take precautions and make sure they're safe anytime they enter the wilderness. For sure what this creature was, it almost sounded like a traditional, what we would think of werewolf. But
I find it,
after,
I'm going to tell you what, listening to him, first of all, he's a police officer, so does not surprise me that he has a great amount of details, from putting things together.
Right.
But what I'm hearing is a lot of similarities to things that me and my friends saw too. So I'm really liking his information that he has.
Very thorough.
Yes. I'm going to move from this because he's basically done. And I am going to move on to El Martino sent us a cool video. So let's get that started. He said it's about 6 minutes. So let me go. No, that's not it. All right. Here we go.
That is creepy. That freaks me out. But yeah, a lot of people are definitely saying this is 100% real.
One. I think it is too.
To that.
That last thing blows my mind. Hey, Scott.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another Brookster Watches. Today, I do have a creepy, spooky, and mysterious compilation for you guys. So, as always, we start with TikTok, of course. And our first one right here is by Philip Giacomonton. I hope I said that correctly. If not, I am so sorry. It says, aquatic undiscovered species caught by fishermen in the Gulf of Mexico, December 20.
All right. And you can see the date, December 20th, 2025. I just want to say this real quick. I have been looking for other people doing videos. I'm glad, El Martino, you found this. I have looked at this thing. Honestly, one day I stared at it for like an hour. It looks like a real being. Like this is legit.
20th of 2025. Okay, so let's give it a watch. We're making the same face, bro. He's just as surprised as I am.
And it also
What
makes a
is
sound.
that?
It makes a strange sound too.
And y'all, this is definitely not supposed to be AI, okay? Someone said,
Yeah. So before she says it, I have heard other descriptions, people saying that it was run through supposedly a scrubber, and it's not AI. And this part right here, where it's like got its head down and its back is showing, that's the part like that really like kind of sells it for me. Looks like a a human mixed with some kind of creature or something that's been living below us in
we're
the
making
water
the
for a
same
long
face,
time.
bro. He's just as surprised as I am. What is that?
That is gnarly.
And y'all,
Yep.
this is definitely not supposed to be
Right
AI,
there, that's
okay?
nuts.
Someone said, "Oh, Leviathan tenderloin fetus nugget."
Yeah,
we all
Tim,
just
you're
going
right.
to hell. Speaking of hell, y'all like my Hellfire Club shirt? This is from Stranger Things. Y'all, I don't know.
I wish I'm going to go to 6.
People are saying this.
I'm going to go to 6 minutes because El Martino told me to do it. But I wish he would have played the sound that it makes. It makes like this sound that you can imagine it like using it as like echolocation under the water.
That's some crazy stuff right there.
It is. It's very, very believable. If it's fake, I'll be really
So let's give it a
disappointed.
watch.
Oh, this is fake.
Y'all, that is.
Oh no! Okay, my bad. I thought this was the video of the submarine under the water and the supposed like humanoid touches the glass. No, it's in a truck. My bad. My bad. That looks real as hell.
That is creepy. If that is real,
looks like a huge wolf or something.
What? I'll try to get like a. Look at it right there. Oh my god.
Yeah, so what are you? Oh my god.
That is
Taz,
creepy.
Do you see anything like abnormal here?
Well, I don't see
the
anything
mouth
that's
very wide.
Yeah, I don't see anything that screams clearly AI. It could be a costume, but could be real.
Like, but I'm not seeing like what is coming off strange. It just looks like a big.
I'm sorry, but it's still. I
canine.
found it very compelling. So let's give it a watch.
You see an arm or something? Is it on 2 legs?
Well, it goes from all fours and then it comes around to the side of the car and goes to 2 legs. It goes from 4 legs to 2, from what I can see.
That is creepy.
Or is it on 2 legs right there?
If that is real.
No, it's on 4 legs and it comes around to the side of the camera and looks like it goes on 2.
Okay.
What?
Oh yeah.
I'll try to get like a. Look at it right there. Oh my god.
Well, you know what? I don't.
That is creepy.
I don't see how it proves it's up there.
No, it doesn't necessarily prove anything.
Well, and also I've seen there was a family when I lived in Youngstown on the north side that it was a house, 2 houses down. They had the largest Great Dane you have ever seen in your life, and it was hilarious what it would do. There's a stop sign right in front of their house, and it would walk up to people's cars, and it was looking down into the window, and people were horrified of this gigantic animal. So, there's dogs and canines and stuff that could be that high off the ground easy.
So do y'all think this is real, or is this just like a dramatization from the Skinwalker Ranch movie? It's intense. Well made if it is a dramatization of it. Let's watch it again. Y'all, what would you do if you seen that coming up on you like that? Oh no.
I would have already hit it with a car.
They do
Me
like
too.
to come up on people in cars, man.
I mean, their reaction looks like
It's so cool but scary at the same time. Wolfpack, let me know what you think of this in the comments, okay? This is like one of my favorite clips of all time. I have to say it's up there. I don't care if it's like a dramatization or not. It's amazing. And if it's real, God help us all.
Oh, they are real, so.
But yeah, this is by It's Weird Time, and the original OP
El
is
Martino.
right
Hold
here.
on, what's that, guys?
Because I cannot pronounce that, unfortunately.
Should I be going somewhere after this, Martin?
Yeah, I think you're supposed to go a little further down the line.
Okay, here, let's see. He said 6 minutes. And then I don't see anything else. He said no. All right, well, let me fast forward a little bit and see what else she has. Skim it.
I hope I said that correctly. If not, I do apologize. And a lot of people were debating this in the comments if it was AI or not, but a lot of people seem to be convinced it's definitely not AI. So I thought it was interesting. Let's go ahead and give it a watch.
Oh, that guy supposedly turned into that.
So obviously a skinwalker or a shapeshifter.
Or
right?
bad at a
Like,
job.
Yeah, that doesn't look like anything but AI.
Right.
I honestly don't know what to think of this.
Oh,
It
here's my
looks
opinion,
so.
real quick, and I couldn't. What do I know? You know what I mean? But I would imagine if that was a skinwalker, it would take them a little longer to take some of their clothes off. Their clothes just don't get absorbed. Do they? I mean, they might.
Right.
Real.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think it's fake too. Hey, Bonnie, how are you?
That freaks me out. I don't know, guys.
You can see the cut, right? There's a cut from
yeah,
from
for
when it
sure.
goes from man to creature.
Yes, sir. I see it. She is convinced. Oh no, I'm not putting this one on. I've seen it before. It's horrible. It's anybody that believes that one there is not got too many brain cells going. that was that picture, that cartoon picture. I think that was from SpongeBob SquarePants when
Really?
Squidward turned into like a really good looking guy. Suppose I think that's what that was.
I swear I just saw something past the kitchen window.
And I know that because I watched it with my daughter. That I remember that episode. We laughed when she was a lot younger.
Oh, to that. Oh, hell no to that. Nope. Y'all, I'm gonna have to slow this down for you guys.
AI Taz.
Feels AI to me.
Yeah, you know what? When she slowed it down and it ran past the window, it looked like it went into like the wood for a second. The picture.
Hell no to that.
Here it comes.
Nope. Y'all, I'm gonna have to slow this down for you guys.
Right there.
I saw it.
Yeah, I don't see how that could happen unless it was just not a real picture.
Yeah, no, that was AI.
Yeah. All right. See, I'm getting better. It's from your tutelage.
You're smart all on your own, Mr. Matt.
Well,
It goes by really fast. Hold on. Oh my God, there's
I
like
want her to show it
Hold
like
on.
for us when it
We get, oh my God, y'all.
She's funny.
It almost looks like handsome Squidward right there. Wow. Y'all see that?
It does.
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
Y'all, I don't know if this, I mean, it could be AI. It could be.
is.
It's like the right length of it.
Right there.
Yeah.
Now it's inside of the wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Moving on. She's a turd muffin.
Here we go.
So this one right here is actually by Bigfoot, okay? It's been 5 years since this photo and it still spooks the family. So I do not think that these photos in particular are AI, okay? I will let you know. This was supposedly taken 5 years ago.
That looks
All
like
right?
a guy.
So, yeah, these are definitely not AI.
That looks like a white man, leaning over onto his picnic table, maybe getting a beer out of his cooler or something.
Cooler.
But as you can see, yeah, there is a figure right here.
No, that's
but there's also some other sort of cloaking figure.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah.
like-
See, right here. The person.
Oh, yeah.
So is that just the camera glitching? Or is that they're making
Yeah, I feel like that's just a camera glitching.
Yeah.
It doesn't catch the image fast enough. Just someone walking by.
Right.
Like right here, if you can see this right here. Okay, so what is this right here? Oh, this is probably a person. I see. Okay, so maybe this is supposed to be a person. I thought this was what we were looking at right here, but no, I think this is actually a person. And this going by right here,
it's just a person.
Possibly some sort of entity, Bigfoot, like a cloaking Bigfoot. Because right here you see the actual foot. Okay. I don't know, guys. And now I think this is definitely a legitimate photo.
I think it's definitely a legitimate photo that's got like problems with the camera.
As always, take a good look. Let me know what you think in the comments, okay?
Supernatural about
Okay, Wolfpack. So we've actually hopped on over to Instagram, and this one right here is by Weird World 12, and all these right here from Instagram are basically going to be from Nature You Are Scary. So you see the little lizard coming out of the water, and then you see the gator going after the lizard.
It's real.
And then you see an even bigger gator coming after the little gator, the smaller gator, I should say. It's not little by any means, but that just
The
always
baby's
goes to
running
show
from
you
Mama,
that
and that
there
one didn't
is
know what's waiting
always
for
a
him.
bigger quote-unquote fish.
That's a great
In this
video.
instance, a gator. So yeah, that is very creepy. Nature, you are scary.
It's
oh
hilarious.
God, that is terrifying. Like it's
You
just
show the rest
kind
of
of
it,
crazy
it's
how
in
it
the
all
back of the
happened
water.
in
That's
sequence.
awesome.
Like okay,
It
the
is.
gator
Mama
going
took care
after
of business.
the smaller
not
gator,
supernatural,
or
but it's an
the
awesome
yeah, I think
video.
that was a gator. I thought it was
It
a.
is. It really is. You know what I love about these things, though? They said their DNA, for the most part, has not changed since the dinosaurs roamed the earth. They're just smaller.
Right.
That they're the oldest. What are they? Oldest reptiles.
It's like there's always a bigger gator out there, so be careful, guys. That's crazy.
I love how the
so this
little
one
ones
right here is by
fled.
Nature Decoded, and it says, look at the strength of this effing bear jaw. Now, in the comments, it was saying that
He wasn't
this
having it.
bear right here was in fact a rabid bear. Okay,
that's scary.
Unfortunately, as you could probably tell, but yeah, like, let's just give it a proper watch. Let me make this bigger a little bit here, guys, so we can give this a so we can give this a proper watch.
People won't like. Yeah, I would not want to be standing outside of that cage.
No way.
Oh my goodness.
Treated or put down.
Yeah, if it really is rabid, that poor thing, you know, number one, it's sad. They have to kill them, but that's winning there. Why she keep showing it?
Yeah, that is crazy. So this is unfortunately a rabid bear that they did have to put down.
What'd you say, Taz?
She keeps showing it because of clicks.
Correct.
Imagine coming across this in actual nature, in the wild, and not being behind these bars like they are. You wouldn't make it.
You'd be dead.
You wouldn't make it, Wolfpack. I'm sorry to say, but
No,
it's just
Martino, it
it's
really
true.
is.
You just wouldn't make it, unfortunately. You know? But yeah, what would you do in that situation? Let me know in the comments. Okay, Wolfpack, so we're actually going to end on YouTube today.
I wouldn't feel safe with the shotgun.
No.
And this first one right here is by Dark Moose, and he says this wasn't her dog. So let's go ahead and give it a watch.
She thought it was her dog down there, but as she goes to see what it is, she finds this. A woman named Casey was taking her dog out when she noticed Rocky began acting strange, staring into the woods. Not seeing anyone down there, she records her usual routine and waits for him to go down. But what Casey didn't realize is that something inexplicable was about to happen.
There you go. Come on. Rocky, where'd you go?
Casey watches Rocky go down the stairs hesitantly, as if something's down there, when all of a sudden, Rocky's gone. She calls out to him.
Y'all better stay. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I felt it coming on. My eyes are watering. That's crazy. All right, let's continue.
There's a video
looks around,
like that,
yet
like
there's no signs of movement.
Real quick, and there's a woman that lives at the house. She has taken out the garbage, which is a little ways away. There's a fence. Opens it, closes it. Her dog's with her. They walk, and then less than like 15 seconds later, they both come running and open the gate, close it. The dog goes in the house first. She closes it, and a huge black bear comes running. Because not just before that, she didn't see two cubs were walking ahead of the mom.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Casey then decides to go down there herself.
What happened after is they got in the house and the bear was like looking in the backyard, like where'd they go? Gotcha. And then she left.
Huh?
That would have been the worst nightmare ever.
And find Rocky when this happens.
Rocky, what are you doing up there? Rocky!
Casey didn't think much of it, but what's strangest about all of this? If Rocky's upstairs, how did he get there if Casey was blocking the stairs this whole time?
Yeah, wait a minute. Now wait just a minute. Hold on.
She thought it was her dog down there, but as she goes to see what it is, she finds this.
Her dog went down the stairs, right? Unless there's another set of stairs on the other side of the porch.
A woman named Casey was taking her dog out when she noticed.
Okay. Little dude dog goes down the stairs, right? Unless there's another set of stairs that come back up the porch. Yeah, he's down there. So how did he end up back upstairs in the house? Either there is a different set of stairs, or Rocky's a skinwalker, okay? Or a shapeshifter.
Or she's got
That
two
is
dogs that look very
strange.
similar.
I was just gonna say that.
I mean, like, what?
Yes.
There's got to be a second set of stairs, right? We gotta figure out if there's a second set of stairs that goes up to her porch, because if not, she's definitely dealing with a skinwalker. That is creepy. What do you guys think? Let me know.
Nothing of it.
Okay, guys. So this one right here is actually by Jasco.
Do you think anything of that, guys?
No, I don't.
I mean, it just could have been a glitch. It could have been the other dog, like you said.
And someone sent this to me because there was y'all remember my short of the fast thing that goes by, like the fast cryptid or deer,
Yes,
whatever it
we
was.
did.
It goes straight by the dog, and someone was like, "That was faster than a fart," or "That's a fart." Well,
Oh, God,
he actually
no.
sent me something, and it's ghost fart caught on camera. So this is what we're going
That's
to end
all we
with right
need.
here,
Oh,
and it's by,
no.
I think I said it, Jasco. So let's go ahead and give it a watch.
You smell that? What? Bro, did you fart?
Sulfur. Could be a demon.
No, come on. No, I didn't fart. You know, I let you know when I fart. Yeah, I mean, yeah, all the time. Okay. It was you. You're trying to put the blame on me. I'm not trying to put any blame on you, bro.
Yes,
what do
you
you
are.
mean?
That was me.
What was that? No.
That was funny. Could be a demon. They let off the brimstone and.
Oh. I think I. No.
I think I crap.
No. I'm sorry. I'm about to. Okay. Bro, now it might be me.
Y'all, that was hilarious. Thank you for sending that over to me. That made my entire freaking day when I seen that. Yeah, you don't get scared unless you've popped one off a few times. I'm just kidding, but yeah, that was great. Let's give it another watch.
You smell that? What? Bro, did you fart? No, come on. No, I didn't fart. You know, I let you know when I fart. Yeah, I mean, yeah, all the time. Okay, it was you. You're trying to put the blame on me. I'm not trying to put any blame on you, bro. What do you mean?
That was me.
I'd be so pissed.
What was that? No.
What a baby. I don't know if I buy that.
Oh. I think I should. No.
But I do
No.
think, that they many times people have talked about, having demons and poltergeists and things there, and they smell sulfur.
Sure.
Sorry. I'm about to. Okay. Bro, now it might be me.
Yeah, guys, you're not really scared if you don't yourself once or twice. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I thought that was hilarious. So thank you for sending that over. Well, everyone, what did you think about those spooky, scary, and mysterious clips?
All right. Well, thank you to what's the name of her channel again? Let's see. It is Brookster. Thank you for your videos. We appreciate that. I am going to bring us back in, Taz. Let everybody see us again. And I think somebody just said something.
We're still here, baby.
Let me get this out. Exit screen share. All right. So, let me see something here. I wanted to tell everybody thank you for coming on by tonight. You made the return of one of my best friends in the world, Taz. You made this special for us. And Taz, I'm so stoked you came, man. Had a great time.
Of course, brother. I'll be here, as often as I can be.
Awesome. We
love
love
to see
it.
everybody. I see you guys.
Thank
All
you.
right, you have a good time.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's right. I'm used to it. It's the way you are.
Oh, damn. That was a really...
So I got a question for you. Which is heavier, a gallon of water or a gallon of butane?
Well, butane is it's fuel for like lighters and stuff like that. I feel like there's a trick in there because it's a gas. I guess I'll go with the butane, or is it just they're both the same?
Well, a gallon of water is heavier because butane is a lighter fluid.
Is a gas.
It's a lighter fluid. It's a dad joke.
I got it.
I got a million of them.
It was actually a good one. I like it. Thank you to everybody who donated tonight, and if you guys just came and hung out, thank you. It's an honor to have all of you guys here with us, and you guys enjoy. Oh, real quick, guys, everybody who has not said anything, who you got in the Super Bowl?
Slow.
Who you got in the Super Bowl?
I think Seattle's going to win. I want the Patriots to win.
Taz let us know earlier. I think that the Patriots just look really strong right now. There's just similarities to some of those Tom Brady teams. Obviously, He's not there, but he could have not played in a couple of those Super Bowl wins, and their team was so ridiculously good. They would have destroyed who they played anyway. I think they're the better team, but I hope Seattle wins.
Really? Why?
I'm a Steeler fan. We don't
You're
know.
not allowed to like Patriots.
Them, the Ravens, and when we play the Browns, I'm not a Brown fan, but I do wish them the best when we're not playing them, because damn, do they deserve a Super Bowl.
Well, I heard that. I think the best prediction is that the Dodgers are going to three-peat this year.
I hope so for you, unless the Indians. No, it's what is it? What do they call them? The Guardians. I hate that.
Oh yeah.
I'm a fan of the Guardians. They'll always be the Indians to me, and the Pirates. Let's see. Scott from South Carolina, Seattle 28, Patriots 21. Drake May is just a kid in his second year. Hey,
right.
Let me tell you something. Ben Roethlisberger was this close to getting a Super Bowl in his first season. So let's see. Kel, Patriots because BJ says so. She doesn't follow football. Funny, Jack. What a goof. BJ, I like Steelers and Patriots. You can like who you like, honey. Karen Root, do you all know they scanned the whole area for radiation signals? Oh, Karen, they do so much before those games. They have all kinds of sensors, and man, they don't play games. Could you imagine, if you want to do something horrible, so have the whole world see, that would be something.
But that's just asking for a wrath, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. Let's see who else. I think I went back far enough. So, all right, guys, I'm going to let Taz get to sleep. My voice is getting stressed. It's not back all the way. Love all of you guys. Taz, my friend. Again, it was an honor.
Love you
It always
guys.
is.
I love being back here. Let's do this again soon. Invite all your friends, everybody.
Absolutely. All right, guys, you have a great night. Taz, you as well. And we will
Love
see
you, buddy.
y'all. I love you too, man. Thanks again for being here.
There are things in this world that we cannot understand. Things we thought were myth. Mysteries that defy reality. And even darker conspiracies. What Lurks Beneath will take you deep into real cases and accounts of the strange and supernatural that will leave you wondering the truth about what's truly around us. You won't want to miss this one.
We just heard a rock clack right over here.
In today's world, video isn't optional, it's essential. At Full Res Films, we bring your story to life with cinematic quality and creative vision. From corporate videos that inspire, to powerful testimonials that build trust, to breathtaking drone footage that elevates your brand. Whether it's live events, training videos, music videos, or documentaries, our team captures every moment. Don't settle for ordinary, choose Full Res Films, and let's create something amazing together. FullResFilms.com, 216-201-9649.
Planet 412 is your channel through the veil, where cryptids walk, UFOs soar, and the paranormal whispers in the dark. From chilling storytelling, eerie narrations, and on-location investigations, to live streams, exclusive interviews, and shocking reviews of the bizarre, Planet 412 is your front row seat to the supernatural. Subscribe now, Planet 412 on YouTube. Do you believe?